Hi everybody, it's Sally from Sallystampers. Thank you for joining me today. Today I'm bringing you my Scalloped Contours box. So as you can see, it's a delightful little box that uses the scalloped contours to decorate the lid and the base. It is a normal box, so it opens and is a standard box inside. As I said, it just has the pretty friendly hello paper and DSP on the top and sides. This keeps catching on the tab inside, that's why I'm fiddling with it, but yeah, it does fit. It's really pretty and really nice. Okay, so let's get started then. You need two pieces of cardstock that are 8.5 by 8.25. That will be 21.5 by 21 centimetres. On the long side, you're going to score at 3 1/4, 4 3/4, and 8. And then we're going to rotate anti-clockwise, and we're going to score at 4 1/2 and 7 3/4. That's right. Okay, so second piece exactly the same. So on the long side, 3 1/4, 4 3/4 and 8, which will be 8, 12 and 20 centimetres. Rotate it anti-clockwise and score the short side at 4 1/2 and 7 3/4, 7 3/4, which will be 11.5 and 19.5 centimetres. Okay, so then we are going to fold and burnish all of the score lines, excuse me. So it's in essence a simple box with die cuts top and bottom. Of course, my first attempt at making this box did not turn out like this. For some reason I tried to make it far more complicated than it needed to be. So I went away, made a cup of tea, and yes, came back and made it. So just goes to show sometimes stepping away makes the difference. Okay, so once you've done your folding and burnishing, you want to have your thin strips across the top and down the right hand side of both pieces. You then need to start at the bottom here, and we're going to cut up that section there, and we're going to cut away this long skinny bit here with a little wedge. Okay, so I'm going to do that on both pieces just so that we stay with what we're doing. So cut up the bottom one, cut away the thin wedge just there. Okay. Then what you need to do on your left hand piece here, we're going to cut away the top part of the skinny bit and the small square. So we're going to cut that away and again cut a small wedge. Okay, repeat that on the other piece. Okay, so your two pieces should now look the same like this. We are then going to add some adhesive onto this small tab here and simply fix these two pieces together. Make sure everything's level, press that down. And then what you want to do is turn it round completely now so that the thin edge is across the bottom. So we're going to start on the right hand side. We're going to cut down this section here and then across here. So we're taking some of this away and just cut some small wedges just like so. We're then going to cut down this section here, so we're separating all these top pieces, and then if you want to fold this under, because it is quite long, So this end section, the smaller of the two, again, we're going to cut down. If you want to make them equal, get the piece that you've just cut off and make a small snip there, or you can use a ruler or measure it, but that just means that they're roughly the same size. Cut wedges here, and then the last bit you need to do is cut away this larger piece completely. But you can save it and use it for your layering of your decoration. It's not quite big enough to use for the die cut, unfortunately. Pop that out of there. So this is now what you have left. Okay, let's pop our DSP on. Of course, I had to go with my favourite. I absolutely adore this. So, for the sides of your box then, you're going to need two pieces that are 1 1/4 by 4 1/4 or 3 1/2 by 11 centimetres. And then you need two that are 1 1/4 by 3, 3 1/2 by 7 1/2 centimetres. So I'm just going to pop this on. If you've got images or direction, obviously just ensure that it's all facing the same way. I had to be careful with the original because it has a little bird on it, and I was trying so hard to make sure the bird faced the correct way until I looked at the full sheet of DSP and realised that the birds are looking all over the place. Never mind. Okay, so those are for the sides. Okay, we are then going to just pop this to one side for a moment because I've already die cut my two scallops. My two scallops. So scalloped contour dies. It is the largest one, so I've just simply cut them out in petal pink, the same as my box. So I'm going to pop my DSP for the lid on top of one of them, and this DSP is 4 7/16 by 3 3/16, 7 1/2 by 11 centimetres. So yeah, awkward sizing, but I wanted to just to get it right, so that's what we went with. So that's my lid. Whilst I have this, I'm going to adhere it because it will make it a lot easier whilst it's flat. So put adhesive on your lid, not on this, because you don't want to go off the edges. So on my lid here, and then it's kind of a bit awkward, but if you line the edges up with the score line and the edge of your box here, sorry, that's totally off camera. Yeah, if you line the edges of your die up with your score line here and the edge of your box here, that will give you the that will show you that you're pretty much equal in terms of the side. And then, to be fair, it is then just a case of eyeballing the top and the bottom. So I just made sure again how much gap was there, and just before I completely laid it down I checked that bit too. So that is now my lid on. I'm just going to make this box up now because this makes it easier for the base. So a little bit of adhesive on that tab there. Bring it over and bring this over. Make sure it's just lined up and stick that down. And then you just need to make the base up. So you need to trim, I forgot this bit, very, very thin slither off these sides here. and then you can close this up and it will give you a more sturdier base for your base. Okay, so I'm going to now flip this over. So the front is now towards me. So I'm going to pop this section down here. Just add a little bit of adhesive. Pop that one down. Again, add adhesive on here for the back. And then last but not least is some adhesive for here, and close that one down, and then finally adhesive on the base here. Now I did keep my die cut, because obviously you have sort of, if you like, the flatter side and then the pretty side. I kept the pretty side up when I put this on, so this is the front of my box here. And again, it is really just a case of eyeballing it as you go down, checking the sides, make sure you're level, equal, and then just press it down. And then very gently open the lid and press all of that down inside. Oh, it's so pretty. Okay. Pop my lid back on. Oh, it's just so pretty, isn't it? Oh, I just love it. So pretty. Okay, just to decorate it now. Pinks, and I love this paper so much. Okay, so I've got a scrap here, obviously, like I said. Don't forget the bit that you've cut off is perfect for this too. Oh, my hands have gone really cold. Petal pink, I just want here. And then I need my friendly hello stamp. Like I said, not long left now. There's my lovely bird image. So I'm going to pop him on there. Or her. Probably her if she's going to be in pink. Stamp this onto here. And I've kept really quite tight with the cardstock. I don't want a big image because that would hide the pretty DSP that I love so much. So we'll bring that out there. I'm going to pop my birthday sentiment ready, but I'm not actually going to stamp it just yet because I want my light petal pink blend. Let's put that away. And I just literally want to go in and just add a tiny sweep of colour just to the tail, maybe a little bit just there on the chest, and a little bit on the flowers, just to add a little bit more to it. That's all I want to do. Cut that down. And like I said, I'm really close to the image here. So that's that part done. I've got my detailed trio punch here to round the corners, merely because the box itself has really pretty rounded corners. So that's those done. And I'm going to stamp my sentiment in Memento to pick out the black off there. I'll just stamp that across the bottom, and then, oops, now I just need, move that out of the way, move that out of the way, that's out of the way. I just need these now. This needs adhering onto here. So, come on. Okay, oh, there we go. So I'm going to stick this on here. Now again, if you want to measure, then obviously you can. But I'm just doing my usual, just cut it and hope for the best. I think that looks about the right depth. Same here. But I'm not overly concerned because, as I said, I can now want to punch these corners too. Yes, that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to stick this on, not with those, with this, with some dimensionals. And then these gorgeous polished dots are going to be perfect for this one, if I can get into them. Here we go. So beautiful pink ones as well, which will just be amazing on here. So on there, on there. These are the sort of things that I could quite easily put too many on because I just think they look great. I just get carried away. Too many then. But there we have it. There is my Scalloped Contours box. I have to say, that is my favourite. I love it. And I'm not a pink girl normally, although I do love pink and greys and blacks. But yeah, that has stolen my heart. Hope it's stolen yours. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget, not long left now, celebration. Get those orders in. Get this pack because it's gorgeous. Thank you for joining me. See you all again soon. Bye.